Today is day 124 of the podcast, and we've been talking about faith. And I want to share something that will help to stabilize our faith, help to bring it to maturity. And one of the things that's necessary for that is trust. Trust is what begins to stabilize faith. When we hear the Lord speak, it is trust that begins to stabilize us. Faith lays hold of living words and begins to take them and conceive them, take what amounts to a promise and keep it. That's what faith does. But what stabilizes that faith is the trust. Trust looks past, sees past what the promise is, and sees the promiser. And that's an important part of all of this as we continue to talk. Faith is what is kept when we have a trust-based relationship. Ultimately, when our faith is tested, it's tried, ultimately, a test exposes who or what we'll turn to in the middle of a trial. When we are put to the test, that's when we see what it is that we're going to turn to, what it is that we're going to rely upon, or who it is that we're going to turn to and that we're going to rely upon. The evil one hopes to gain an advantage during the middle of a test and a trial and tempt us to some lesser person or thing to trust in. So the enemy is always going to try to take advantage of us in a trial rather than have our faith grow stronger. One key to trusting is to believe that the one that we trust is good, and that this one who is good is always going to act that way on our behalf and in the relationship that we have with him. So I want you to think a minute about Eve. Eve, when she was tested, she trusted herself and she trusted the deceiver. Abraham, when he was tested, he trusted God on the mount. He trusted the goodness of God in the relationship when he offered up Isaac. But when the promise was delayed and that was the test, he trusted himself and he came up with his own way to bring the promise about. So here's today's question for you. When do you know that you can trust someone?